Are you struggling to achieve results with your nutrition in 2020? Well, today you're going to find out why. Hi, I'm Alexa Kleiman, dietitian, sports dietitian, and nutrition coach. Welcome back. Thank you again for tuning in. Remember, of course, to subscribe, ring the bell. Awesome. So 2020 has thrown many spanner in the works. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't try to achieve your goal or put work towards it. And it definitely does not mean you should be doing the wrong things. Well, what are these wrong things? What are these things that may be leading you astray? Well, that's what I'm going to teach you today. When it comes to a lack of progress, over the years working with clients, I have seen certain patterns, certain things emerge that will enable you to understand why these things occur. In fact, things that have occurred even with myself. After all, I follow the flexible nutrition approach that I use with clients. I do it myself, okay? So I have a unique insight into the struggles that can occur when you're following a nutrition plan. Well, I had decided to compile a list of the top 5, the top 5 things that you may be doing yourself that are leading you astray in 2020. And here they are. Number 1 is a lack of consistency. The truth is, if you're not consistent with what you're doing, you're not going to see the results. If you're not putting in consistent action over time, you will not see results. A lot of people think that it's okay to just be off and on the plan as long as you're kind of still thinking about the plan. That's not so much the case. You have to be consistent. You have to put in the reps and you have to do it over time to actually reap the benefits of doing so. In fact, I couldn't tell you how many times a lack of consistency in adherence to a nutrition plan or a lack of adherence to a exercise plan or whatever it may be has led people astray. It has been the defining factor in terms of whether they succeed or whether they fail. Trust me on this. The second thing is wanting quick fix solutions. So this is so rampant. You'll find it everywhere in the nutrition space when people are trying to, improve their health, make some changes, improve their nutrition, whatever it may be. There's always this pursuit of the holy grail, okay? This pursuit of a quick fix that's going to kind of, beat everything that you've done so far, that's going to, overcome all the obstacles you're suffering and really kind of get you from A to B in a very streamlined and quick fashion. But the reality is this is not a good way to think. For one, there's no such thing that exists. And two, the more streamlined your results are, or that's probably the wrong word, the more rapid your results are, the more likely you are to lose it, okay? Because you're not developing the habits and the behaviors that are going to keep you to maintain those behaviors and those goals and those changes in the long term. See what I mean there? Because when we achieve something super, super fast, just for the sake of achieving that goal, well, you don't really kind of develop the sustainable patterns that are needed, so to speak, to sustain it long term. The third thing is not focusing on the weekend. The weekend has such a big impact. In fact, I've developed a principle called the weekend paradigm to explain this, where the weekend offset your calories for the week, leading to either a generic surplus or a general deficit, depending on what goal you're trying to achieve. It will do the opposite. So for example, classic case is you eat healthy during the week, but then the weekend comes and you drink a lot of alcohol, you eat a lot of high calorie foods, and you kind of generally get off plan, or you're not as consistent, back to that first point. And then what happens is your caloric balance for the week is not where it needs to be. And this will impact you. This will result in results not being achieved. So this is a big one with people because for one, we tend to naturally want to relax on the weekend. On weekends also comes a time where we tend to go out with family and friends more. On the weekend tends to be towards the end of the week, so you're more tired and you're more susceptible to bad decisions, so to speak. So there's many reasons why the weekend can lead you astray. But rest assured that if you're not focusing on consistency and action taking on the weekends and maintaining some level of control and awareness, you may see those results you're trying to achieve not be realized. The fourth thing is that you're trying to make the wrong shoe fit. What I mean by this is you're trying to make the wrong diet fit. You're trying to follow a low carb diet when you love carbs. You're trying to follow a very restrictive diet when you love flexibility. See what I mean? You're following things that don't suit you. You're following things that don't have what I call lifestyle compatibility. And this will lead you astray. Rest assured it will. Because when it comes to nutrition, it has to be something that clicks with you. It has to be something that you can sustain. It has to be something that you more or less enjoy, even despite the sacrifices you will have to make and obviously the things you got to change with your nutrition as a whole. But you got to do something that actually suits you and you can sustain in the long term. And that comes down to compatibility with what you're doing. So stop trying to make a shoe fit that does not fit, okay? Stop trying to follow a diet that you know you're not going to be able to do. Stop trying to do intermittent fasting when you know that in the morning you get really hungry for breakfast time and you need to eat food straight away. Stop trying to force things, because the more you force against your natural instincts, the more likely you are to break off your plan or not be consistent. See how consistency goes back to all this? So that is really important. So stop trying to make the wrong shoe fit and find a diet that works for you. And then the fifth thing is a lack of accountability. Now, I couldn't tell you how many times people have underestimated the importance of accountability. And now I have a thing called the 3 pillars of accountability. You can watch a video on my channel on that as well. But really, I'm not just talking about accountability, for example, to a dietitian such as myself. I'm also talking about accountability to yourself. Okay? Are you accountable to your actions? I'm talking about social accountability. Do you have people around you that are supportive, that you're accountable to some degree, that can keep you on the straight and narrow? Okay, things like that. Then of course the third one, which is professional accountability. Are you harnessing professional accountability if you're struggling? Because a lot of people will just struggle and then talk about how they're struggling, but then not make any changes when it comes to harnessing accountability. Couldn't tell you how many times clients have come and see me, and that after a few weeks of working with myself, they tell me the biggest thing to success for them was now switching to having someone overlook their nutrition, take out the guesswork, take out the stress of it all, and really dial it down using an expert approach. It can be invaluable and can be the difference maker if you find you're constantly struggling, constantly on that hamster wheel of dieting, okay? Just kind of spinning your wheels, not really getting anywhere too far, or you're achieving results and you're losing them just as quickly. Any of these things can be a reason to actually seek out accountability from a dietitian such as myself to really help you move to the next level. But don't underestimate also the importance of being accountable to yourself and having some other social accountability around you, a support network, the cheerleaders in your life that are going to help push you forward to achieve that goal. Okay, so that's my 5. That's my top 5 things I want to share with you today in terms of things that I've noticed, patterns that I've noticed with clients and people who I've reached out to from help from myself over the years, things that are stopping people achieving success. And right now, yes, 2020 is hard. There's a lot of things going on even right now, but it doesn't mean that you have to be off track. It may just mean that you need to stay consistent and maintain your results, okay? Preservation instead of progression, if you don't want to go for progression, of course. So I hope this has helped. Hope this list now has given you a bit more insight. And I'm sure that you're watching through this list now, this top 5 list, and you are going, ooh, I'm actually guilty of 1 or 2 of these things. Maybe even all of them, okay? Let me know, actually. Let me know in the comments and drop it below and tell me which one of these are you actually guilty of, okay? Which one of these are you finding that are leading you astray? Because you may be surprised. It may be an eye-opener for you, and I hope it was, because I really want you to succeed. So if you actually want more success, if you want more direction, if you want more guidance in 2020 so you can get from point A to point B, so you can climb that mountain of change, as I like to say, well, I can be your Sherpa. Okay, don't shy away. If you need help, reach out. Let's see first if we're the right fit. Okay, I'm not here to just say, come work with me if it's not the right fit. So I want to see if there's a right fit there and we can work together. I can coach you one-on-one as your dietitian, as your sports dietitian, and help you get that success you were hoping for, to make you stop struggling so that the stress is gone in your life and you can start achieving and reaching that peak potential, as I like to say. So if this is something of interest to you, if you want to work with me or see what I'm about and what my program and coaching experience is all about, apply below, okay? There's a link in the description to apply, and we'll get in contact with you, give you more information, see if we're the right fit, and go from there, okay? Talk soon. Now, of course, if you got any questions about today's video, about these 5 points that I shared today, please drop them below as well, or send me an email at alexa@theclimbingdietitian.com.au. At the email, you can also ask me about my coaching program. Like I said, I've got spots available for you, so just send me an email and say peak, okay? Say peak, and we'll go from there. Smash the like button, okay? If this video has been helpful, if you've given you a new insight, if it's now helped you get some more clarity around your nutrition, hit that like button and show me some love. Subscribe, of course, if you haven't already done so. Stay classy. I'll see you next time. Have a good one.